You got to give up to go up. If you would have met me in grade school, you probably would have joined the crowd of a lot of people that made fun of me for, being dumb. I have dysgraphia and a form of dyslexia, and no one knew what it was in those days. People just thought you were stupid, and people just thought that you just couldn't read and you couldn't keep up, which is why I flunked the first grade. So it's not fun when you flunk the first grade, when all your friends that go to the second grade make fun of you every year for basically 12 years of your life, that know you're the kid that flunked the first grade. We were all friends in the first grade, and then you didn't go with the rest of the kids. When you're really bright, let's say you're the guy that gets a 35 out of 36 on the ACT, and you realize, I'm the smartest guy in the class. It's not ego. It's actually, they're just very competent, and they get frustrated quickly with other people that it takes them longer to learn things. And so what do? They say, forget it. I'll just do it on my own. I'll do it more efficiently. I can do it faster. Why would I take an hour to train this individual on how to do it when I can do it myself in 15 minutes? Well, the problem is they keep doing that same task over and over and over for 15 minutes, and they never give up to go up. And they end up becoming a control freak. And then they wonder why their business isn't going to scale, because they have to be involved in everything all the time. So someone that has dyslexia, as an example, you're a level 5 leader, you're operating on this frequency that allows you to, create these business and do these things. Oftentimes with a level 5 leader, they have a great deal of compassion and empathy for people. They often give up to go up. They have the ability to empower people instead of micromanage people, recruit top talent, and put them in a place that allows those organizations to scale. And so the reason is for this, if you dig a couple layers lower, is oftentimes they have a learning disability. Many times they're on the spectrum. And so people that have Asperger's or that are on the spectrum when they're in school, they get made fun of a lot too. This turns out, this big T trauma where all your friends make fun of you and you don't have a lot of friends and you're an outcast as a young person, wants you to do things later in your life to gain affirmation. And get respect, especially if you're a male and you want male affirmation. The second component of that often you'll see is daddy issues, okay? A lot of great leaders that are level 5 leaders have pretty severe daddy issues. They had a major falling out with their father. Maybe it's a situation like me where my father left when I was 2, so I don't really remember meeting my dad. I didn't meet him till I was, I think, around 30 years old. And so when you dig into some of these level 5 leaders, you go, oh, there it is. He's looking for male affirmation. He's looking for respect. That's why he grinds and does the 100-hour week to gain that affirmation. And the third one, oftentimes, is it's a near-death experience, or it's a career-ending injury in sports or something along those lines. And that will force that individual to make a greater sacrifice. And it also forced them not to quit in the face of a pretty significant amount of adversity. Look, you're going to be addicted to success, okay? You're going to be addicted to productivity. You're workaholic because you're constantly trying to prove to everybody that you're enough, okay? And so you're going to take on a lot, and at times it's going to feel like the weight of the world's on your shoulders, and you're fighting for clean energy tax credits and the big beautiful bill in DC and meeting with senators and all the things. But I need you to think about more than one level of wealth and one level of success, which is financial success, right? I need you to think about time success, and I need you to think about mental health success, and I need you to think about physical health success. And I want you to think about friendship and community success, because I'm afraid that you're going to sacrifice those other 4 pillars of success for one, which is financial success. And you got to realize, man, when you grew up like I did, and your mom's got her head in her hands and she's crying about whether she can turn the air conditioning on, and she's this amazing woman, all you want to do is help. All you want to do is carry a couple golf bags and put $40 down on the kitchen table to make sure that you guys can turn the air conditioning on. All you want to do is someday hire your mom to come work for your company, right, and say, hey, we're good. It's okay. All you want to do is give your wife the life that your mother never had. Give your son the life that you never had. And you're willing to make this crazy level of success so you have the financial means to make sure that they can go to that private school. They can go to that, university that they want to go to someday. Well, that causes you to make this massive amount of success and give up maybe any time for yourself. Or maybe your mental health suffers because you grind out and your adrenal glands are shot and your doctors are like, hey man, like we got to get you on meds so that you can get your thyroid back in order because you've blown it out. And so I'm at a stage now where I would tell that 27-year-old guy, I'm like, look, man, the goal is to also solve for happiness. You don't need to be a martyr, okay? You don't need to just like devote your life to all these other people and all these other things and die miserable, okay? At some point in time, I need you to make sure that you're working out every morning. You're doing the breath work. You're doing the swim. You're doing the HIIT workout with your friends. You're laughing. You're playing. Because as you create more success, it gets really, really difficult, the amount of people that start targeting you and coming after you. Most of the really successful people I know, there's also a meaningful amount of sadness in their life, because of the sacrifice. Maybe it's a lack of connection with their kids. Maybe it's a lack of connection with an ex-wife, or, they kind of regret, the way they interacted at certain times, because you're revving in the conference room and you're battling all day long in these intense discussions. It's hard to come back home and then just be like a chill, normal guy, like you're never a chill, normal guy. You always have this intense look on your face. You don't smile as much. You're like, man, is that guy okay? Like he needs to chill out a little bit. And so, for sure with those level of sacrifices, you gather more demons in your life. And it's sad to say that, but money doesn't make you happy. Money doesn't make you a better person. It's like really important. The more things that you have, it's actually more stressful, and people that maybe don't have a lot of things would say, oh man, how trite of you to say something like that. But the reality is, the only thing that matters in the end of the day are the relationships that you have, and the love that you have, those deep relationships that you carry on. I think you have to think about, where you're a really driven person, on, hey, why are you doing it? What are you doing? But it's the how component. How do you start politely declining certain things? How do you not have FOMO for all the things that you feel like you need to show up for? Because I'll feel like I need to be in 2 cities in the same day and have 2 different meetings and do it in person. And you just burn yourself out on the whole thing. And so I need to tell that kid, take time for yourself, create space, give yourself an opportunity to kind of rev down every once in a while. You'll be better off in the long run. We need you around for the long haul.